And Jonathan Jones, Bryant McFadden, Chris Hassel with you here as we talk paths, how these teams got here. And for the Cincinnati Bengals, you know, the saying is who dey? How did they get here, JJ?
Well, yeah, I mean, they took the path less traveled. That's for certain. I mean, listen, you can't win without a quarterback, and they had Andy Dalton for so many years and probably held on to him a little too long because they never wanted to take that other opportunity. So then they accidentally were bad. They weren't supposed to go 2-14 those years ago with Dalton and Ryan Finley, but they did, and because of that, they got the number 1 overall pick. Joe Burrow wasn't supposed to be the number 1 overall pick going into that season, and of course, he had the greatest season that we've ever seen from a quarterback in college football history. But all those things said, this is a very cheap organization, and we're talking about millions of dollars. We're talking about an NFL franchise, so of course I'm talking in relative terms. But their resources are less than. When they signed Trey Hendrickson to a free agent contract last offseason, it was a 4-year, $60 million deal. B-Mac, that was the richest free agent contract in Cincinnati Bengals history. I just said 4 years, $60 million. That's a lot of money.
You said that in 2021.
In 2021, okay? And
Yes.
that was really a 1-year, $20 million deal where they could get out of it if Trey Hendrickson really wasn't that guy. And so when you look at how they have built this team, they have done so really with the smallest scouting staff by far in the NFL. They've done it without paying guys hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Yeah. They have done it by getting the quarterback, filling in around him, making depth free agent acquisitions, good draft picks, but they've missed on a lot too, right?
Yes, they have.
Because, you know, they missed on Billy Price. They missed on John Ross, that top 10 wide receiver, right? But they've also hit on Joe Mixon.
No question.
They've also hit on Jesse Bates. That's what you have to do. You can miss, but when you hit, you better hit.
Yeah, you better have more hits than misses, and that's something that they've been able to do under Zach Taylor. And let's keep it real. One thing that we haven't highlighted enough throughout this week, being able to see what happened to Joe Burrow was almost like it was a blessing in disguise. Because when he went down during his rookie campaign, they became a bad team. And because of their losses, they were able to draft Jamar Chase.
That's right.
It's safe to say if Joe Burrow was healthy his entire rookie campaign, they would not have been in position to draft Jamar Chase. So now you go out and you add another big-time piece to your franchise quarterback. Some of the free agent acquisitions, you talked about Trey Hendrickson. What about Mike Hilton?
That's right.
Being able to pluck him from a divisional foe. And he's been a big-time contributor to their defense, one of the unsung heroes in their defense. Looking at drafting Jesse Bates, all the moves they've been able to make. Eli Apple, even though he's been oftentimes criticized.
Well, and he's failed at other places, too.
And he's failed in other places, but being able to take advantage of the opportunities because Trey Waynes has been out because of an injury. So they've done a real good job in being able to find big-time moves basically for the clearance number based on their cheapness, but they've been able to cash in on players, and these players have taken advantage of that opportunities. Like I said, if Joe Burrow is not injured, his rookie campaign, it's safe to say Jamar Chase would not be a part of this organization.
So, JJ, if they're here and they did it on the cheap, I mean, this is what every team would love to do, get to the Super Bowl and not have to spend money doing it. Is this something that other teams could learn from, or is it more just lightning in a bottle with Burrow and Chase?
I really think it's lightning in a bottle, Chris. That's a good question. I have for years talked about a theory that cheap teams can't win. They just can't. And obviously the Bengals are saying that theory is wrong, and I think that they are the exception to the rule. I don't think that you need to change that rule necessarily. You look at the resources that, let's say, the Patriots have put in, right? Getting their own team plane, for example. You look at so many of these team facilities with their new weight rooms. You're going to have to attract free agents nowadays because the difference in what Team A versus Team B may be offering a BMAC as a free agent may not be all that much money, right? And so where can you find your edges? Is it in the resources that the team provides? The Bengals don't have a great team facility. They work out 5 minutes from where they have their locker room. They don't have a brand new stadium, all those things. So I would caution against teams thinking, hey, we can follow that plan. We can luck into the number 1 overall pick because, again, that wasn't an intentional tank that the Bengals had. They were unintentionally bad, and they got Joe Burrow.
And you got to think about where they're located in their organization when it comes to, revenue and when it comes to contracts. Most teams don't have the luxury of getting to the Super Bowl with a third-year quarterback.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Who's under a rookie deal, right? So with that being said, eventually he's going to get that handsome ransom that he's deserving of receiving. Eventually, if Jamar Chase stays healthy and continue in the direction he's going, he will be one of the highest paid wide receivers in the game. So they got some up-and-coming players. T. Higgins, you know what I mean, that will be up for a contract sooner than later. They will have to make some big-time decisions, but it all starts and stops at the quarterback position, because when you're paying a quarterback a rookie contract, it's easier to add pieces to the puzzle when your quarterback is not getting paid like a veteran, experienced guy.
150-1 to win the Super Bowl before the season. If they were to win the Super Bowl later on today, that would tie the 99 Rams for longest odds. And 99 Rams, they just made a movie basically about that team and Kurt Warner and what he did. It's Hollywood stuff.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.